Here we go again. Here we go again. This stuff just never ends. These people who don't feel like having to actually work for what they have. And I said this with I've been saying this. It doesn't matter what color they are, it doesn't matter what race, gender, it doesn't matter. The fact that these people feel entitled to like $25 an hour for working at Dunkin Donuts. Um, Dunkin Donuts employees are going on strike, demanding $25 an hour and DEI policies to be brought back. So I looked at the video a little bit. DEI doesn't seem to be an issue. Pretty much every employee there seems to be black. So I don't know what the fuck they're complaining about. But $25 to work at a fucking Dunkin Donuts?
I'm standing today to try to make a difference, make a change. I'm standing together today to demand a better working condition, higher wages, better management, and a safe workplace. This company is profitable because of our hard work, yet our wages do not cover the basis. No one should have to come to work in fear of the management is going to try to find a reason to cause an issue with anyone. Dunkin' management and the owners know that they can afford to provide a better workplace. They just refuse to do so. Therefore, we demand equity and equal treatment, the end of racial discrimination, respect for management. We demand health and safety. We demand fair.
Again, what racial discrimination? All the employees seem to be black. What racial discrimination? The only racial discrimination going on is against white people or really any other race. Everyone here is black. So what racial discrimination are we talking about here?
And consistent scheduling. We demand fair pay. We demand all workers to receive a base pay of $25 an hour.
For what? You work at a Dunkin' Donuts. What are you doing there that's worth $25 an hour? Please, do tell. Do tell. You sell fucking donuts and other, like little sandwiches and coffee. You're a fucking Dunkin' Donuts, not a brain surgeon. A freaking teenager in high school can come in and take over your job. So what you're doing is not worth $25 an hour. And they wonder why these companies, these corporations are opting in more for self-service and AI, machine bullshit, because of people like her, because of people like them, the people who are at Starbucks, like, oh, we demand $25, $30 an hour. For what? For what? Then when you do get your $25, $30 an hour, guess what happens? Guess what happens? The people are no longer able to pay you as much, so much. So hours start getting cut, prices start to go up, people get laid off. Your 40-hour work week might be reduced to 20, and then you're going to sit there and say, well, $25 isn't enough. And then the cycle just fucking continues. So this is why more companies are opting in for machines and a more serve yourself kind of thing, so that way they don't have to deal with this fucking bullshit. These people want to do minimal work and reap all the fucking benefits.
We exercise our rights to organize and demand a seat at the table. We just serve the demand letter at Dunkin' Donuts, and we are here to fight the end biasness, favoritism, abuse of authorities, and wrongful termination. I'm standing today to try to make a difference.
Again, what biases are you talking about? Everyone there is black. What biases? Again, if it's anything, they're more for black people than anyone else, because it seems like whites, Hispanics, all of them are being discriminated against for a team that seems to be comprised of nothing but blacks. So what racial bias is going on? You can't just start spewing things, but then, when people look at what's going on, it's like, what bias? The whole team is comprised of looks like black females. What bias is there? You got this freaking person, like, oh, $25 an hour. $25 an hour. We demand fair, consistent scheduling. We demand a base pay of $25 an hour. Stand around making fucking donuts and serving coffee. The entitlement of these people. And I've said before, I practice what I preach. Okay? I work at Subway, or soon enough I will hopefully work at Subway again once this whole freaking thing with the manager, the guy who owns the stores, he's under investigation. So all the stores, 17 locations, have been closed for like a month and a half. But hopefully once I get my job back, I'll be working 2 jobs, because sometimes that's what you need. A fast food job is not meant to sustain you, and I cannot stand when people think that they can go in fucking McDonald's, or in this case Dunkin Donuts, and think that they can manage to pay off a mortgage or rent, car insurance, gas, and this and that, all with just one job like this. It's not supposed to be like that. These are jobs for basically teenagers and elderly people. Elderly people who are on retirement, who are getting some kind of, their retirement, their, social security, but just want to make a little extra money. And for fucking teenagers who are still in school, but want to make a little money on the side to go out with their friends, start saving up for a car, whatever the case. It is not meant for fucking grown, able-bodied adults to make a living off of. If you want that kind of job, go to fucking college or a vocational school and get into a trade that will give you lots and lots of money. But wanting to stay at fucking Dunkin Donuts and earn a livable wage from Dunkin Donuts when you stand around making coffee and donuts? As I've said, I work at Subway, and I would never think of asking for fucking $20 an hour. Is it stressful? Of course. But I make fucking sandwiches. I put fucking cookies into an oven. It's not hard. It's stressful because, you've got the foot traffic coming in, and there's 2 Subways in our town. The other one, they don't do DoorDash. We do. So not only do I have like 7 customers at one time that I'm trying to get into, they're all ordering like 3, 4 fucking sandwiches. Then I have DoorDash that I need to worry about. And each DoorDash tells you a time that they'll come in. Each is about 15 minutes. So I got to somehow get them done and get the DoorDash done. So is it stressful? Yes. But it's not hard, because again, the job itself, you're making sandwiches. You're taking a fucking bun, a roll, or whatever you want to call it, and you're fucking slapping meat and cheese on it. It's not hard. It's not fucking hard. That job does not warrant $20 an hour. We also make tips, which I do make a good fair bit of tips when I work. Usually because I'm by myself during rush hour. But I would never ask for fucking $20 an hour when my job consists of making sandwiches. I have 2 jobs. I work at Subway, and I'm taking care of an elderly woman who has dementia. I practice what I fucking preach. I've said that sometimes you need more than one job, and I in fact have more than one job. Is it the best? No, but sometimes, guess what? For all you fucking morons downvoting because you don't like what I have to say, it must be nice to where you have your fucking parents pay for shit, or where you don't have to worry about money. But sometimes in life, as a freaking grown adult, you have to do things that you need to do, will ensure that you can continue living where you live, or continue putting food in your stomach, or whatever the case is. Sometimes one job isn't enough. Again, these are the kinds of people, the people like this, the people I've covered before, the people downvoting. These are the people who want to go out, do minimal effort, but reap all the fucking benefits and rewards. They want all the fucking money, basically not have to do anything hard. And then when they get their $25 an hour, what happens? Prices for everything goes up. Your 40-hour work week becomes 20, 25 hours. People get laid off. But hey, at least you got your $25 an hour, right? And then they wonder why more corporations are opting in for machines to just take things over. Maybe have one or two people there, but other than that, everything is, mechanical going. Everything's mechanical, and you got your little robots inside and whatever, and that's it. Because of people like this, the people I've covered who are asking for 20, 30 fucking dollars when you work at a fucking Starbucks, or in this case Dunkin Donuts, or McDonald's, or Burger King. You're not performing open heart surgery. You're not sending people to the goddamn moon. You're not contributing to the upholding of our infrastructure and continuing to. You're not an air traffic controller. You work at a fucking Dunkin Donuts serving donuts and coffee. Okay? You are irreplaceable. Or you are replaceable. You think you're irreplaceable, but you're. If a teenager, some fucking moron kid in high school can come in and do your job, it's not that hard of a job. If some fucking stoned high schooler can come in and do your job, it is not that hard of a job, and it does not warrant $20, $25 an hour. And if you don't like what I have to say, congratulations. You're proving my point, what I've been saying the whole time. Wanting to do the minimal effort, reap all the rewards, you're probably one of those people. Oh my God, how dare he say that? But me, as I said, I practice what I preach. Despite how hard my job gets at sometimes it's not hard more, it's just stressful. But when you break it down for what the job is, I make subs. I make cookies. I go in the back sometimes and have to prep veggies. None of it requires skill. None of it requires any kind of degree. To cut vegetables, you don't need experience. It is a very, very low. On the totem pole there, it is very low. Again, a stoned teenager could come in and do that fucking job. But, again, this is the world we live in. And especially nowadays. So when they lose their jobs because they just the corporation, this store, decides to go more robotic, or you know what, let them get that $25 an hour. Then again, when the prices for donuts and everything else have to go up, when their 40-hour work weeks or whatever get reduced to 20 hours, then they'll be sitting there like, oh my God, $25 isn't enough. We need $35 to make a livable wage. And it never ends. It never ends. It's a fucking cycle. And then what happens? They get $30, $35. Things have to increase more. Hours are reduced more. More people are laid off. $35 isn't enough. We need $50 an hour. So, but whatever, let them get it. And then when they're fucking driven out of the place and they can't afford to live anymore because they wanted to be greedy fucking twats who want to do minimal work and reap all the benefits, they have no one but themselves to blame. Welcome to the real world, sweetie. Sometimes you need more than one job. You can't rely on fast food to sustain you. Okay? I don't know what your fucking liberal arts professor told you, and I don't know what the media's telling you, but the real world doesn't work like that. The real world doesn't work like that. Unless you were born with a fucking silver spoon in your mouth, you're not going to be able to just work one job. Does it suck? Yes. But sometimes, again, as an adult, you need to do things you don't like. Welcome to the real world. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later.